Hey everyone, my name is Al and you're watching MTG on Curve, and today I've got some Core 21 specs for you. Rotation is coming out very soon with the release of Innistrad Midnight Hunt, and players will be looking to dump some of the rotating sets to buy into the new meta. And it just so happens that the rotating sets came out during and at the start of the pandemic, and there were supply issues. So unless these get reprinted as supplemental products, like a Secret Lair, Commander deck, Challenger deck, that sort of thing, I think this is going to be the best time to get into these sets. All the prices I give could change between now and when you watch this video, so please keep that in mind. Also, there are just so many versions of the cards nowadays, I'm just going to go off the base version. Remember, Commander players like to bling their decks out, so foils, extended art foils, pre-release, all that stuff are more attractive to them. There are cards that are already worth some money that may take a hit and then climb back up, but this video is going to focus in on low-cost, low-risk buys. Let me know if you guys would like a follow-up video after rotation on some of the more costly cards down in the comments, okay? So let's get started with the Mythic. Discontinuity at $1.25. The power to end a turn at instant speed is super, super good, and I know this spell is expensive to cast, but this can buy you an extra turn, shut a player down while they're trying to combo off, save you from a board wipe. Don't card this card out. It's very, very good. Pick a couple of them up. On to the rares. Idle Endurance, 16 cents. Isn't broken, super powerful, but white has problems with drawing cards. So any kind of card advantage is good in white. This card can give you that, and if it gets removed, your cards just go back to the graveyard. Most cards like this, they get exiled, so that's definitely a big plus to this card. Teferi's Ageless Insight at $1.83. Blue likes to draw cards. This blue enchantment draws cards when you draw cards. Just a solid card advantage machine, all in one card. Sublime Epiphany at $2.22. Just a ton of effects that can change a board state around the table, and all in one card. See the Truth at 43 cents. This could be a 2-mana draw 3 that you could potentially cast over and over again. Not bad with Ageless Insight either. Liliana Standard Bearer, 23 cents. Good in a zombie deck. Good in black aggro. Response to a board wipe, or maybe you sacked a ton of creatures for an effect, and bam, you can refill your hand up at the same time. Not bad at all. Conspicuous Snoop at $1.75. People have kind of forgotten about this card, but there was a lot of hype for it when it was spoiled, and goblins are one of the biggest tribes in Magic since the very beginning, and this can enable some crazy combos on top of that. Keep an eye on it. Double Vision, 85 cents. To me, anything that says copy a spell and sits there on the table and lets you do it over and over again has the potential to be pretty powerful, and with Magecraft, even more so. Gadrak the Crown Scourge at $1.06. This card makes treasure tokens, and treasures are good, we found that out, especially in red. This is a great way to get some ramp for killing creatures as well. Primal Might at 23 cents. Green has access to massive amounts of mana, and this can pump a creature up ginormous to kill something, possibly a blocker, then smash face it. If you're playing Gruul, why not fling it at another opponent when you're done? Radha, Heart of Keld at $1.20. She doesn't look like much, but she's a cheap commander that lets you see what you're going to be drawing and get those pesky lands off the top of your library so you can get to some of that sweet, sweet gas underneath. Now add in some landfall triggers, and I think you can see why this card's so worth it. Mazemind Tome at $1.39. This card is super, super good, and I think Commander players are sleeping on it big time. For 2 mana, it's cheap to cast, lets you draw cards in the late game, set up your turns in the early game, has a little bit of incidental life gain on top of that. Pick this card up now before the cat's out of the bag on this one. And then as for a few uncommons I'll give you before I go, Conclave Mentor is already at $1.96 for an uncommon. Great in Selesnya +1/+1 counter decks, which is becoming more and more of a thing. And this is the only version of the card out there. No super duper special editions. An Indulging Patrician at 82 cents. This card goes around the whole table in vampire decks, life gain decks. Really, really good. Core 21 will be one of the last core sets for a while, according to Wizards. And I think they really brought these back to try and knock it out of the park and bring them back permanently. But they have such a bad rap to get past that it didn't work out. Don't sleep on this set. It's filled with unique, fun, and powerful cards. And with that, please subscribe, ring the bell. Let me know down in the comments if you think I got it right, anything I got wrong, or any of your specs. And thanks again, and let all your plays be on curve.